Hey, love, welcome back to another episode of Lessons from Behind My Chair. I am your host, Angela B. Fuller, Master Hairstylist turned Certified Life Coach. Today, we have a topic that we are continuing from our last episode, Rollerset to Mindset. I decided I wanted to do a mini series, kind of diving more into my experience and going from Rollerset as a hairstylist to mindset as a certified transformational coach, helping women to grow our mindset in a way that helps us to add to that process, that struggling process of moving our lives forward on so many levels, on a physical level, a spiritual level, an emotional level, a business level, and all the up and downs, all the roads that entails. I'm here to tell you, sometimes we start off in life going in one direction and thinking that is our path, not realizing that life is not a straight line. That sometimes we hear the term, we have to keep blinders on. But in that just helps us to remain focused. But we also have to learn. I know at least I had to learn how sometimes the different pit stops, the different veering off and looking and taking a different route, a scenic route, that all of that comes together and helping us to become who we are to become. And it's never an end to it. But before we dive in, I always have a pop question for you. And my pop question is this: what has been your roller set? What has been the thing that led you to realizing that in order to move your life forward effectively, what are the different mindset shifts that you had to take to speed the process up, to help you realize that you need to do things a little differently to get ahead on your journey just a little bit faster, with a little bit more clarity? Think about that for a second as we dive into this episode of Rollerset to Mindset Part 2. Along the way, along this journey of mine, after 30 plus years of being a hairstylist, it came to me like a bright light that all these years I've been standing behind my styling chair, helping women to look and feel beautiful on the outside, and thinking that the real work was in when I give them that mirror and they turn around and look into that mirror and see the creation that I made with their hairstyle or the haircut or the hair color was the main thing. But what I have come to realize is that, yes, that is what got them into my chair. But the main reason they were in that styling chair was to have a place to talk about what they were going through, their joys, their pain, their struggles, their desires, their goals, their dreams, things that they were feeling that only a hairstylist can be told. And so about 2 years ago or so, I realized that is something that I really enjoyed when I went into my salon, having the conversations and the stories with my clients that made it all worthwhile. The time spent with them, it was the conversations, the stories that really made it all worthwhile. And so I decided that, man, I want to learn more about this thing called mindset. I want to learn more about this thing called transformation, about this thing called mindset shift and growing and becoming. And so I did take a course to become a certified transformation life coach. And then I started to take the information and the knowledge and the strategies that I had gained from that and started, instead of offering advice or helping my clients to work through whatever issues they were going through in the moment, I used the skill set that I developed in my course to help them move forward. And then I also use those same skill sets to help me move forward. And what I discovered was that having the skill set and using the skill set and these tools helped not only me to get better results, but when I saw my clients again, they got better results because they heard me and they used what I suggested they do. And so fast forward a couple years later, here I am with a podcast, and here I am working towards developing online courses and developing affirmation guide. And if you check in my bio, you will see where you can receive a free guide on affirmations, positive affirmations to help move your life forward. And you know what? I began to really like this. And so my focus right now is on helping women with their mindset. Not just clients of mine, but broadening that to reach more women. And I especially have a love and a place for my heart for hairstylists that's coming up, because I wish that when I was coming into this industry that I had a mentor, I had someone who would not only help me with my skill set as a hairstylist, but also someone that would help me develop my mindset as a person. Because in this industry, so many times we go after the bucks, we go after the bags, we go after the money, but we fail to realize that we have to nourish our whole self. It's not just about standing behind that styling chair and working 12, 13, 14, 15-hour days and not taking care of ourselves as a person. So through my podcast and through my YouTube channel, my goal is to deliver the message of what I went through as a hairstylist coming up, and some of the things that I would have done differently had I known better. But now that I know better, I want to also help up and coming hairstylists or even seasoned hairstylists who have failed to not only develop our businesses, but develop our mindset, growing our mindset so that everything that comes after that is golden. And I'm certain I am not the only hairstylist who feels that way. Because what's been happening with me is that I am finding my growth, the growth of my mindset, to be so addictive. And even though the growing my mindset is addictive, I also feel certain levels of fear, certain levels of limiting beliefs, certain levels of apprehension when it comes to going after what I want. And so, just to be transparent, there was a time in which I felt like because I don't feel 100% all of the time in these areas, there was a part of me that was afraid to put myself out there as being in the position to help other hairstylists and to help other women with their growth. But what I found that was a limiting belief. I was trying to come up with any reason to prevent me from stepping out on faith and stepping out on what I believed my gifts and talents were, because I was afraid of appearing as a fraud. That thing called imposter syndrome. And then I told myself, well, Angie, why would anyone listen to you? There's so many women out here, so many individuals out here talking about developing your mindset, talking about eliminating imposter syndrome, talking about eliminating limiting beliefs. But then I had to tell myself, I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I'm not trying to reach everybody else. I want to be me. I want to present in a way I present, teach in the way I teach. And I know that those individuals that resonate with me, my energy, my vibration, will be drawn to me. And there are some individuals who may feel that they can't learn from me. And that's okay, because I'm not trying to draw everybody in. I'm only trying to bring forth and call forth and draw in the people who are assigned to me. And so this is a lesson for anyone listening, any female listening at this time. Do not stop your gifts. Do not stop yourself from putting your gifts out into the world because someone else is doing it. But that individual is not doing it the way you do it. And there are some people who can only receive it from you. Also understand that you are not perfect. You don't have the perfect answer. Your job is to hold space for people who are seeking answers. Your job is to share what you know. Your job is to be transparent enough to share your experience. Be willing to be vulnerable so that you can reach the person who needs to hear it the exact way that you said it, to who needs to hear your experience because your experience happens to be similar to theirs. And through that channel and that channel alone, you can help transform someone else's life. You can help grow someone else's mindset. You can help someone to see themselves in a better light. So at this point in my journey, at this place in my life, I'm just going to speak what I know. I'm not going to find myself in the comparison game. And I want to encourage you not to let that be your position either. Do not compare yourself to other people, because other people, everybody is on their own journey. Everybody is out here experiencing life the way they experience it for their own soul growth. So if you're led in a certain way, do it that way. If you feel the need to shout it from the rooftop, shout it from the rooftop. If you feel the need to say it in a quiet demeanor, say it in a quiet demeanor, because that's where your power lies. being okay with doing it your way, and allow the chips to fall where they may. I hope you got something out of this episode. I really do, because it's time for us to stop hiding. It's time for us as women to come out of the shadows and be who we are, and to know that we are enough. And the words and the wisdom that we have to share, the experiences that we've had that we want to share, in the hopes that it frees you and also frees someone else, I want to encourage you to roll on. Allow whatever your roller set is to come forth, and use that experience to not only set yourself free, but set someone else free. And in the meantime, while you let that marinate, know that I'm working on something else for you on next Sunday around the same time. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye.